everyone! Thanks for joining me for another How To Monday. I have an awesome trick for you guys today about how to weave in ends as you go. You don't need a yarn needle, you don't need a tapestry needle, a crochet hook, anything. And by the end of your project, all your ends will already have been woven in, and you don't have to worry about it, which is awesome because everybody hates weaving in ends. So I hope this is an awesome trick for you guys. I learned this a while ago. I can't take credit for it because I did not invent it. I wish I could because it's pretty sweet. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go learn how to do it. Okay, so here I have some stockinette stitch. This method of weaving in ends really only works in stockinette stitch, is the only downfall of it. But other than that, it's a pretty awesome technique. So let's say I've gotten to the end of my ball of yarn and I need to join a new piece. So I have this tail end that's not connected to anything, and I have a new ball of yarn that I need to attach. So oops. So I have the tail end of the knitting, and I have the tail end of the yarn that's attached to this ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the end that's attached to the ball under the one that's attached to the knitting, like this. I'm going to tie a simple overhand knot, pull it tight, and then pull it up to the needle. So I have two ends that need to be woven in, and the new end that's attached to the ball of yarn. So we're now on the knit side of the fabric. So I'm going to knit this first stitch with the end that's attached to my ball of yarn. Then in this next stitch, I'm going to take one of the ends, doesn't matter which one right now. I'm going to take one of the ends, I'm going to go into the first stitch like I'm going to knit. I'm going to lay the end over the needle tip that just went through the stitch, like that, and then finish the stitch like normal with the working yarn, but only pull through the working yarn, leaving the tail in the back. Like that, and I'm just going to knit one stitch plain, and I'm going to do that again. So go into the stitch, lay your yarn over, yarn around, pull it through. So that's two stitches. I'm going to do a knit stitch in between. I'm going to do it again. Go into your stitch, lay your yarn over, around, pull it through. So that's three. And I usually do this about 4 times, so this will be the 4th. Over, around, and through. And then we're just going to let this tail hang out. I'm going to finish knitting this row and purl back, and then I will meet you back on the knit side. Okay, so I've just purled back, and you can see this is the end that we carried along with us when we did that knit row. So you can see it's woven under this line of stitches. So it's already like this end was woven in. All we have to do is trim this later to get rid of the extra. So I'm going to do this again, back on the knit row. Go into my first stitch like I'm going to knit with the yarn that's attached to the ball of yarn. And then using the other tail that we haven't woven in yet, I'm going to do the same thing for 4 stitches, just like before. Lay your yarn over, pull it through, plain knit stitch, yarn over, plain knit stitch, yarn over, plain knit stitch, and then this will be my last one, over the needle, knit it through, then just let this hang out, and I'm going to finish knitting across this row. Okay, so again I've purled back, and you can see these are the two ends that got woven in as we go, right there. They're already taken care of. You don't need a yarn needle, you don't need anything. All I'm going to do is take my scissors and trim them just like that. And that is it. We're good to go. And you can't see it on the knit side. It just looks like normal. So I love this trick. It's great for knitting if you have like stripes or something, if you have to change colors a lot. I like to use this technique. You can also use this for knitting in the round. The only difference is you'll do the knit round where you weave in your end, and then on the, if I'm knitting flat, I did a purl row in between. But if you're knitting in the round, you'll just knit one round plain and then weave in the other round on the next round. So you have one row in between, which if you're knitting flat is a purl row, but if you want to do it in the round, it would be just a plain knit row in between. So I hope this technique was helpful for you guys. I hope you give it a try, play with it a little bit, and I hope it's very helpful. If you have any ideas for future How To Mondays, please leave a comment below and I will get to it as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a good day. Thank you. Bye.